So here, what we'll be doing now is we'll be looking at this media services. So in the media services, this elastic transporter, Kinesis video streams, media convert, media live, media package, media store, and media tail are there actually. So when it comes to this media services, what coming to the first one, that is this elastic transporter. It is easy to use scalable media transporting. Excuse me. Coming to the skin assist, you can capture, process, and store video streams for analytics and machine learning. So what can we do with this kinesis under with this machine learning? So you can you can train the engine, or you can train your uh, service or your bot based on the videos. So you can extract text from the videos. That is, you can actually extract this subtitle track for the audio files. So and with that, subtitle tracks, this content extraction can be done so that it can understand what's happening and what the main concept of this video or something like this. Coming to this media convert, it converts file-based content for broadcast and multi-screen delivery. And coming to this media live, so it converts video inputs into live outputs for broadcast and streaming delivery. And the next one is a media package. It delivers video to many devices using just-in-time format conversions. And the next one is media store. So this store and deliver video assets for live or on-demand media workflows. And the last one is media tailor. So this personalize and so this is a media tailor. So it personalize and monetize multi-stream content with server-side ad insertion. So we'll look at each, we'll look in detail at about every service under this. So this elastic transcoder of this Amazon lets you convert digital media stored in your Amazon S3 into audio and video codecs and containers required by consumer playback devices. So, for example, you can convert large, high-quality digital media files into format that users can play back on mobile devices, tablets, web browsers, and connected televisions. So, this transporter has three components. So, the first one is pipelines, and the next second one is jobs, and the third component is presets. So with this, under these pipelines are queues that are that manage their transporting jobs. So this elastic transporter begins to process jobs in an order in which you add them into the pipeline. So as discussed, these are the queues that manage the jobs. So this execution process is based on the order followed by this queue. So typically, you'll create at least two pipelines, one for the standard priority jobs and the one for high priority jobs. So most jobs go into the standard priority pipeline. You use this high priority pipeline only when you need a file to be transported immediately. So here we have at least these two pipelines, one for the standard priority and one for this high priority. So in general, this every task or every job will go into this standard priority pipeline. But if you want any job to be performed immediately, so in that case, you will be putting this job to this high priority pipeline. So then it will be, it will execute the job or tasks in this, high priority pipeline. Coming to these jobs, so these jobs specify the settings that aren't included in the present. For example, the file to transport and whether to create these thumbnails. So each job converts one file into one different format. When you create a job, Elastic Transporter adds it to the pipeline you specify. If there are already jobs in the pipeline, Elastic Transporter begins processing the new job when the resources are available. So here what he is telling us is, the settings aren't included. So with this job, you can specify the settings that aren't included before. So if you want, a file, the file has to transport, and if you upload a video, there has to be a thumbnail for the video, right? For such things, and each job file, each job converts one file into different formats to support various devices. And when you create a job, this thing adds to the pipeline you specify. That means this adds the job to this particular pipeline which you specify. And if there are already jobs in the pipeline, so what it do is it starts processing the new job whenever the resources are available. And the last component, or the third component in this transporter, is presets. So these presets are the templates that specify most of the settings for the transported media file. Elastic Transporter includes some default presets for common formats. You can also create your own preset. When you create a job, you specify which preset to use. So, this transporter includes some default presets for the common formats. And you can also, based on your requirement, you can also create your own preset. That means your own format. Or these presets are the templates, that specify most of the settings for this transported media file. So when you create a job, you specify which preset to use. So then, that preset or that template will be used. So here, the first thing is we have to create a pipeline, and the next one is to create a preset, and the last one is to create a job. So here, under this, creating a pipeline, that is create a pipeline. Give your pipeline a name that identifies which job go into that pipeline. For example, this standard priority. So it means he's asking us to specify a name so that, if that pipeline is a standard priority one or a high priority one. And the next one is to create a preset that's anyways optional. So if your requirement corresponds with one of the default presets, you can skip this step. And the third one, or the last one, is create a job. So when you click create, this transporter automatically adds it to the specified pipeline for processing. So when you once after you click create on this pipeline, this transporter automatically adds it to the specified pipeline for processing. That may be either this high priority one or the standard priority one. So here in this kinesis is not available for our zone, that is Mumbai. So we'll just have a look at what is this kinesis. So for this thing, I have changed my location first to Oregon. So with this Kinesis, we can capture, process, and store video streams for analytics and machine learning. So with this, you can actually stream from millions of devices, and you build vision-enabled apps, and you need no infrastructure to manage. So for this streaming part, Kinesis video streams can ingest data from edge device, smartphones, security cameras, and other data sources such as radars and depth sensors. So for this build vision enabled app, this video streams make it easy for you to build applications that take advantage of the computer vision and video analytics for real time or batch processing. And finally, coming to this infrastructure, Kinesis Video Streams handles all the administration and maintenance required to manage your streams. So it will take care of this admin part and the maintenance thing required to manage your streams. So you can focus on building innovative applications. So yeah. So yeah, we'll just look at this documentation and then we'll go to this next part. So this section describes how to perform the following tasks in Amazon Kinesis video streams. So firstly, you have to set up your AWS account. That's the first thing for any service. And you have to create a Kinesis video stream. So if you are new to Amazon Kinesis video stream, they recommend that you read this how it works first. And so yeah, this is how they actually do these things. So if you just go through this documentation, then you can easily get what is this video stream, what is this Kinesis video streams, and how they do things with this. So the third one is AWS Elemental Media Convert. So this converts file-based content for broadcast and multi-screen delivery. So you can actually take an example to get this thing clearly. Let's take an example of a movie. They like these movie people do months of hard work and then just finally generate a movie or make a movie. But this movie must be supported in multiple devices, and also it has to be broadcasted. And yeah, so for all this thing or for all these type of things, this elemental media convert is used. So here, yeah, just have a look at this thing. So here we have our Amazon S3. That is this S3. This is some source content. That means some media content or the some source content is being put in this Amazon S3. So from this S3, this elemental media converts this input video into multiple output formats to support viewing on on a broad array of devices at varying resolutions. So, for better understanding, we can take this example of a mobile app game called PUBG. So, in this PUBG, based on your device, the graphics settings will be adjusted. So they have three different present graphic contents, graphic stages that like based on this device which you are playing the game, the graphics will be set. So this is something similar to this. So this media file is converted into three output groups that they are output group one, group two, and group three. So in this group one, it's for Apple HS, and second one is for Dash ISO, and the third one for this file group. So all these three will be again sent to this Amazon S3 because it is the ultimate place where we will be storing all our information. So with this three, that is this movie M3U, right? Medio.npd, movie.mov. All these three will be again displayed on this or playback in this, played in this digital display devices. So where in these display devices we will be allowed to see the content. So yeah, if you want to just go with this elemental media convert, you just simply go with the documentation here. So that's how we create this job here. We have our inputs, and that is this bucket path name or the storage path name, and you have your video selector. That is your program number, PID, color space, Protestant, this filter enable, and everything. And you also have this audio selector used by developer, sorry, used as default. So once after you fill this data, you'll be clicking on this create button. So then, yeah, it will like all this thing will be set. And the next one is this elemental media live. So this is this live content conversion for multi-screen delivery. So here what we do is we'll be creating a channel that encodes your input into multiple groups and outputs. That is for this multi-screen delivery. So coming to this futures of this multi-screen delivery, it is highly available and resilient live streaming. And coming to this benefits, we have this broadcast grade features. So yeah, anyway, what like for accessing all these services or all these attractive services from Amazon is better. It would be better if we deal things with the database in our Amazon. That is either this S3 or EBS, so that you can this processing part will be done fast, and therefore you don't have any issues with this storage, that is this database. So here, for this thing we have to we should first create this channel. So once after you click on this create channel, you will be getting all these fields. So firstly, we have this channel and input details. So you have to give your channel name, that's a required field. And for this IAM role, if you have any existing role, you can use that or create a role for this template, and you can specify this custom role for a custom role AR. So for this new IAM role, this has three access for the foreign. This bucket, put object, get object, and delete object. So for all these things, you have to set up the permissions. So for these permissions, we have this read access. So only access for Amazon EC2 system manager, manager parameter store. AWS elemental media store access for this following list container, put object, get object, and this delete object. And in this CloudWatch, with this CloudWatch logs, access for this following: create log group, create log stream, put log event, describe this log streams, and describe this log groups and all. So once after all this, based on or considering all these things, you will create a IAM role. So once after this channel and input details are done, we'll be getting this general settings. So in this general channel settings, we have this avail blanking, avail configuration, blackout slate, global configuration, time code configuration, channel logging, etc. So with this, by default, this avail banking will be, you know, it's not it's not able. That is, it's disabled actually. And for this avail configuration, you have to enable this avail configuration. And for this blackout slate, you have to enable it, and you have to fill out this specified fields. And for this global configuration, it's the same for all these things. By default, all these will be disabled, and if you want them, you have to change enable them and just give the input information based on the application. And for this time code configuration, we have this embedded system clock and zero base. And for this channel logging, this log level, it's actually disabled, but you can actually change it based on the requirement. So these are always general input settings. So yeah. So yeah, we are with the now we'll be looking at this for today we'll be looking at this media package, and then we'll just wrap it up, and then in tomorrow's class we'll be dealing with this left out two parts, and then we'll just do this little or minimum hands-on to better understand it. So first, in order to, so you have for this thing you have to create a new channel, and for this channel ID here, and then you have to click on this next step. And for this working, this is either your webcam or the media service, or something like your webcam or this video recorder. So all these things will be sent to this encoder, and from this encoder, it will be sent to this elemental media package, and from media package, it will be sent to this cloud front, and from cloud front, this information will be sent to multiple devices. That means this format is being this format is changed and to suit this multiple devices. So in this elemental media package, we have this channel. So in the channel we have this ingest URL endpoint one, that is our HLS, endpoint two dash and endpoint three HLS. So this channel package incoming video streams into different packages based on the endpoint configuration. So based on this endpoint configuration, these packages are video are streams they are being streamed into this many packages. And after this, it will be sent to this CloudFront or other CDNs, content delivery CDNs. That is, those are the content delivery networks there, and will be delivered or streamed or broadcasted into multiple devices. So yeah, these are the benefits and features: just-in-time tracking, high availability, and elastic scaling are the benefits. And this integration with third-party system and this rich audience experience, or those like are those features. So yeah, so that's it for today. And tomorrow we'll just look at this outline about what is this media store and media trailer. Sorry, media trailer, and then we'll just work on a few things on this media services. Yeah, thank you.